Donald Trump announced yesterday in a sick and disgusting video that on day one of his next presidency, if he is to get one, he will violate the Constitution of the United States. Trump loves the Constitution, just like he loves American flags and law and order and all of these different things. Trump loves the Constitution, and many of his followers see it almost like a sacred religious document. And yet, Trump says on day one of his presidency, if he is inaugurated in January of 2025, he will sign an executive order ending birthright citizenship as guaranteed by the 14th Amendment to the Constitution of the United States. Here is Donald Trump looking admittedly a little confused, not clear he knows where he is or what he's saying. Take a listen to what he says.
Plan to secure the border on day one of my new term in office. I will sign an executive order making clear to federal agencies that under the correct interpretation of the law, going forward, the future children of illegal aliens will not receive automatic U.S. citizenship.
Yeah. Now, he says there, according to some interpretations of the law, if you can find me serious legal experts who believe that birthright citizenship could be denied as written in the 14th Amendment, please send me that, because all of the research I did this morning matches up with my prior discussions with legal experts on the matter, which is it is very clearly part of the 14th Amendment. Now, I want to focus in on one particular aspect of this. The right-wingers cheerleading this idea and birthright citizenship and anchor babies, as they love to call them, those right-wingers should be very careful about the unintended consequences that Trump trying to do this could have. First of all, it does appear it would violate the Constitution and the Supreme Court precedent, which established that there is a fundamental right to citizenship if born in the United States. Right-wingers claim to worship that document as a religious text, and indeed, it appears as though this is a fundamental right. If they were to attempt this, it would be potentially years and years and years of legal conundrum, we might call it, and in the immediate, it would much more quickly increase the undocumented population in the United States, which they claim to want to reduce. This is a really important thing. If Trump ends birthright citizenship going forward, then you are going to have a situation where babies will be born here, will immediately be undocumented, presumably subject to deportation, and it will so instantly clog up and gum up immigration processes that because you will all of a sudden see authorities tied up with looking at deporting newborn babies, you actually might, they say we really care about criminal aliens, the people committing crimes, etc. To the extent that they exist, and they do to a degree, but just not to the degree that Donald Trump says, you are going to get in the way of actually locating and deporting those individuals who are not only undocumented, but have committed crimes, because you are going to be focusing on trying to deport newborn babies. They are going to make the problem they want to fix worse. Secondly, it will impact the American economy. It will reduce the labor force. It will reduce the tax base. It will reduce consumer demand by just getting rid of people and their families. Even if they're babies and they're not spending their own money, you are going to push them as well as potentially parents out of the United States. You will reduce the tax base, reduce the labor force, and reduce consumer demand. That's not good for the economy. Years of legal challenges will also come with them, will bring with them huge financial costs. These claim to be fiscal conservatives. But of course, it will be extraordinarily expensive, and it will destroy international image of the United States. Now, that's not anything new. You might remember that Gallup global surveys about global opinion about the United States bottomed out when Trump was president, has fortunately started to recover since Joe Biden became president. But again, the United States, for all of our faults, the United States has been seen generally, not every part of the United States, but generally the United States has been seen as a nation that embraces immigrants, offers opportunity to those born within its borders. And if you end birthright citizenship, particularly in this vindictive way, you're going to tarnish that image. And then that will make it more difficult to continue having the exact same relationships diplomatically with our long-term allies. There will be other countries affected by the policy change, on and on and on. And there are question marks as to what such a decision by Trump would do to national security efforts. And what I mean by that is that birthright citizenship has implications for national security because it says, okay, if you're born here, you have a vested interest in the country, you get citizenship. That creates a tie. If you end birthright citizenship for people born here, you can create all sorts of different security issues, legal gray areas, raise questions about rights and obligations of individuals within the country. It's extraordinarily problematic in a number of different ways. Now, do we believe Trump will actually do this on day one of his presidency? I don't know. I mean, I genuinely don't know. Trump says a lot of things. He told us in August of 2020 that we were 2 weeks away from receiving his new healthcare plan. I'm still waiting for it. I'm really curious what would be in there. Maybe he meant August of 2024. I don't know at this point in time. But will Trump actually do it? Unclear. Would this be a good idea? No. Would it even be constitutional? Probably not. Did you know that half of Americans are deficient in vitamins A and C as well as magnesium? If you keep your diet nutritionally balanced all the time, you can get everything you need, but half of Americans don't, and it can really impact how you feel. Our sponsor, Athletic Greens, makes it super easy. I mix 1 scoop of AG1 from Athletic Greens into water. It tastes great. I get all of the high quality vitamins and minerals I need from whole food sourced ingredients. I don't have to fumble around with bottles, capsules, individual vitamins, and things like that. I just don't have the time. You should see what's going on at my house. AG1 simplifies everything. I'm covering my nutritional bases for the entire day. Super easy to stick to as well, and dramatically more cost effective than getting all of these different vitamin supplements. Go to athleticgreens.com/Pacman for a free year supply of vitamin D. I've talked about vitamin D many times, plus 5 free AG1 travel packs. The link is down below.